Hey everybody, welcome back to SaaS Founder Stories. My name is David Brennan, and today we have the pleasure of having Philipp Wehn, CEO and co-founder of Nexxa AI with us. So Philipp is also 40 under 40 in Germany, so that's a hell of a big deal. And today he's going to talk to us about how to use AI to automate complex enterprise workflows. And so welcome to the show, Philipp.
Thanks, David. Thanks for the intro and thanks for having me. It's a pretty big week for us, actually. It's SF Tech Week. It's my birthday, just turned 32.
Happy
Um,
birthday. I love
Thank you,
it.
man. Thank you, man. And we got accepted into the NVIDIA Inception program yesterday evening. So it's a big
Wow.
week. I'm excited to be on the podcast with you today to talk
Dude,
about.
how did that feel? Like, let's talk about that because that's a big win, and I don't think we celebrate the wins enough.
Yeah.
How did that feel when you got that news?
I mean, it was big. Yesterday was a wild day. We had a customer pitch in the morning that went really well. I spent the whole day with my co-founder and CTO, and then we were just getting ready for a really important investor meeting with a big angel here in Silicon Valley. And 10 minutes before I opened my email, I saw the NVIDIA logo, and I was like getting nervous. Looking at it, whether it's a yes or no. And it was a yes. So now we're taking the onboarding calls and everything, getting access to their developer tools. So I think it's good, especially because we're really building enterprise AI at Nexxa. So having access to some of those tools is definitely going to change the way and also the speed that we can bring our technology to market.
So, what's the biggest thing about that program that's going to help that you think is going to help you guys? Obviously, I'm sure you'll find some stuff in there that you is unexpected. But what was the reason why you applied?
I mean, NVIDIA is leading the way we build AI products, right? And especially as an early stage startup, you know it, David. You want to have as many credits and access to perks as possible, especially on the development side, because it can get expensive. Especially for us, we build our own computer vision models. We have to train those. So being partnered up with such a company now to get access to GPUs and to equipment as we ramp up our engineering workloads is going to be super helpful. Of course, from a commercial and CEO perspective, I do hope that we can get access to also the go-to-market channels that the company provides. And then there's also always the possibility that N Ventures, the venture capital arm of NVIDIA, invest at some point. That's only for a few of the selected companies, but yeah, definitely a focus topic.
Well, that's super awesome, man. So tell us a little bit about Nexa AI. I want to know kind of what you guys do and then walk me through a use case.
Absolutely. So Nexa is an advanced AI automation platform for enterprise workflows. So we focus on business processes, the most complex ones that involve legacy software systems. So as a simple example, let's take a Fortune 500 company in aerospace or automotive or rail, right? Has been growing for the last 20, 30 years. They have a lot of repetitive workflows. So, as an example, if you have a company that provides engineering software or manufacturing software, you get drawings of a new manufacturing hall, and they are usually in Adobe, and you have to get them into your Java application. No APIs exist, two tools, and it's a human that does a very rule based, repetitive workflow. So, that entire workflow, the market is called RPA, robotic process automation. We are going to unleash the power of artificial intelligence for that market. That means the robotic process automation industry is going to change because we can apply reasoning and cognitive abilities for those. We can call them agents because everyone calls them agents right now for the technology to make decisions and take on those workflows. So what we deliver to the enterprise is you can take the human out of the equation and have your human resources focus on the things that matter most for you as a company, while Nexxa AI takes over the repetitive workflows that cost you hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars a year.
Very, very cool. And so, I mean, you kind of touched on it, but who's your ideal customer right now?
Yeah. Right now, our niche and our edge is really the companies that have some legacy software tools that have been around for a couple of years, couple of decades. So industries like rail, automotive, aerospace, retail, also finance, banking. That's really the core ICP. And
Okay.
then within the organization, we help IT organizations to deliver more than just the IT infrastructure, to deliver automation and services to the business units. But we also talk to a lot of head of generative AI, which are responsible for accelerating the bottom line of the company through AI technologies. And then we talk to a lot of CFOs as well, because you have a lot of repetitive workflows in finance usually.
So are you seeing, like currently, what do the AI initiatives look like in most of these companies? Are they at the very beginning of them starting them up, or are they more advanced? What's your kind of vision right now that you're seeing?
Yeah, I'm really excited to see more and more adoption right now. When the entire AI acceleration started, end of 2022, when GPT-3 was released, I started to look into those technologies and use them. And I was still in a Fortune 500 company back then. And my hypothesis from the beginning was that generative AI for most of these big corporations is not going to have an influence on their top line, on their revenue, on their growth, but it is going to have an influence on their cost structure. Like you can use this technology significantly to accelerate, to reduce costs, to increase efficiency, and to become so much leaner. So that is what I'm currently seeing, is that more and more of those big enterprises, they start to not only pilot but also roll out AI technologies to increase efficiency, to reduce cost, and as I said before, to have a human focus on the things that humans are made for, right? Creativity, collaborate, innovate, invent. That's what our brain is made for. Our brain is not made to look through a PDF document, copy and paste the amount for an invoice and put it into SAP. That is
Yeah.
something that our brain can do because we had to, but those days are pretty much over. Final statement to this point. There's one of my favorite articles online from Scott Galloway where he talks about AI and Ozempic, the diet medicine, and he compares generative AI for enterprises with what Ozempic is for humans. It is pretty much a super medicine, super power to reach something that an enterprise always wanted, which is a leaner cost structure to increase profits. And Nexxa AI is really at the forefront of delivering that.
That's so cool. And I think you guys, first of all, I think it's exactly the place to be in industry right now. Whether you're enterprise, mid-market, SMB, agent structures, agentic structures, building out these agents that make you super capital efficient by taking out that stuff that people are just like, it's just eats time. It
Yes.
just, and it can be handled so quickly and so eloquently. I just see this being the future, and I think it's going to really boost creativity because all of a sudden you're going to have significantly more resources available to your whole organization to
Yeah.
use. And I don't see it as just like at an enterprise level. I see it across all companies in the future that you are going to have more money to do the important things that allow you to grow because you'll be so much more capital efficient. So I think it's really interesting that that's where you guys are going.
Yeah, I do
Cool,
agree
man. So,
100%. And talking about early stage companies, we're both founders, right? So my personal goal for my company is to run as many things fully automated through AI as possible. So I test an AI tool every week, and
yeah.
if it sticks, it sticks, and I'm happy to pay for it. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But so far, we have made a couple cool choices to automate a ton of things that a pre-seed startup would not be able to do without AI.
hmm
We are able to do it for a couple dollars a month because of generative AI and technologies that are.
Yeah, because at the dinner you were telling me about the lead generation software. And I don't know
Yeah.
if we want to go into it but that was amazing to me that you like these are the tools that are out there. So
Mhm.
SaaS founders, start looking. There are so many amazing things out there that can totally change the trajectory of what you're doing with the team that you have.
Yeah. And as a founder, you have to be superhuman. That's one thing I realize more and more. And now, as we're seed fundraising now, it's an additional job, right? And it's an additional group of people to interact with. And you never want to miss a follow up, or you never want to miss an outreach email with a customer or an investor or a person you're trying to hire. And I could not imagine how I could do my job right now without the tools that I'm using,
Hmm.
right? Because those tools, they're just my extended brain, and they remind me, they do the follow-ups, they do the outreach, without me thinking about it. It's just there. A couple years ago, I would have had an Excel sheet or a list written down, and it would be pure chaos. I would screw up so many investor relationships just because I would forget about it.
Yeah, it's amazing. And I think what I think's really interesting is we're only going to see it. It's only going to get better.
Yeah.
Like the tools are just in the beginning. The tools, like some of the things we're building at Archeo, I'm like, I can't believe I get to have this. And
Yeah.
I mean, we're at the beginning. It's just the very beginning. So I imagine in the future, how much more of the high level things you're actually going to be able to do.
Yeah.
It's just going to be absolutely incredible. So, because you and I could talk forever, let's talk about, how to use AI to automate your complex enterprise workflows.
Happy to talk more about that.
Let's do it.
Happy to talk more about that. So, robotic process automation has been around for almost 20 years now. The biggest company in the market is called UiPath. They were founded in 2004. They just hit 1.5 billion in ARR. So, it is a growing market, but still the promise of RPA that IT departments and business executives have been looking for, it wasn't delivered on. The promise of RPA means, hey, you have a process that a human does, and you develop an automation, a bot, an agent to execute the process and execute the workflow. And because of the limitations in technology over the last 2 decades, the promise has not been delivered. Some core problems with traditional RPA, um, is the cost. It has only been available for enterprises. Second is the lack of resilience. That means if there is a change in the process in a UI, the process breaks. I always use the example of vacuuming your car. In RPA, you have to tell the bot, get the vacuum, open the door, put the shoes on, walk to the car, open the car. If one of those things, like the shoes aren't there, the process breaks. With Nexxa and with AI, we now tell the artificial intelligence the success criteria to understand what it actually means to complete the workflow. And then the AI goes and executes based on the success criteria and the goal. So if there are any exceptions, we use the action models to make the right decisions and still come to the goal. So the two core value propositions that we deliver to process automation in enterprises is we can take on much more unstructured and complex processes that all the other competitors weren't able to tackle. So our first customer has over 700 processes automated with one of those legacy players, but they have more than 100 processes that they weren't able to automate because of the lack of cognitive abilities of those technologies. So now we're taking on one of those processes in our first pilot, and then we want to roll out, of course, to the other 100. The second big value proposition is that the existing automations that exist with those legacy players, they are not resilient, as I said before. So we
Hmm.
can automate the same thing that they do, but with a much higher resilience. So the processes won't break. And in the end, that's what you want. You want to build an automation, you want to have it run. And then with our pay as you go pricing model, so we charge if the automation was successful. Our customers only pay for what they automate and nothing else.
So I think that's interesting because this is one of those, you nailed it because it's a legacy issue with workflow builders.
Yes.
I call any of those, they're just not intelligent, right? They're like, do this if, and if then, this type of stuff. And so they depend on the context being put in. And if something changes in your organization, the whole workflow breaks.
Yeah.
And I think it's really amazing because what I see LLM technology as being is that intelligence processor that now you're able to drop into these actual workflows that make them be able to, I use the term think, but it's like it just makes them intelligent. It makes them so that they're not just a set and it goes and it does the same thing over and over again. And I
Yeah.
think it's so cool because uh, that's always like when you first saw this technology, you saw the same thing, that's what it's good for. It's like all of a sudden you had this puppet that could walk around, and you put it in and you have a brain, and all of a sudden you have this intelligent thing that's able to do stuff. And so
Yeah.
super exciting technology.
Couldn't agree
Cool,
more
man.
with you, David.
That's awesome. Well, anything else that we can help you with? I always like to ask Philip if there's something that our network can help with, because this goes out to a bunch of SaaS founders, starting to get a pretty good following. So, is there anything that we can help you with going forward?
I mean, putting me on the show is step one. I think you and I we really clicked at the dinner already, so I'm just happy to be connected. Whenever you're in the Bay Area, let me know. As I said before, we are fundraising. So if there are any founders that listen to your podcast that have raised from a seed VC that is looking for AI, enterprise AI deals, we have significant momentum. We have good customer traction, and we're ready to take this to the next level.
Okay.
So this is really what we're all about right now: signing up customers and raising our seed round.
Awesome. Well, when you get off the show, let's have a chat. I got a couple of them that I think I can make an introduction to.
Perfect. Love it, David. Thank you for having
Cool,
me.
man.
And hopefully see you then at LA Tech Week next week.
Sounds good. Thank you. Chat soon.
Bye bye.